Okay.
It's so hot. I want to get out of this room.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
Board games.
and
Board gamey things.
Exactly. We're here today with another video. Did you know? Anyways, today's video.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. It's called Something Old, Something New. Something borrowed, something blue.
The board and blue part got left out.
Yeah. This ain't no wedding, okay? Been there, done that. This is all about old games that we love.
Yep.
And new games that we love that we think if you like these old games, try these new games. Or vice versa. If you like these new games, try these old games, which is a more likely thing for you to do because everybody loves new stuff.
Here's a caveat for you, though.
Oh, yeah.
For all the people that are skipping the caveats that are going to miss this, and you go back, here's a caveat. Not all of these games are perfect clones of each other.
No.
So don't expect that. It's not like this game is the exact same mechanism of this game, but new. That's not what we're doing.
Don't be so Christ.
We're just thinking we've played this old game or we've played this new game, and they seem to have some similarities. Yeah. Whether or not you agree or not, that's fine. That's not the point. Yeah. We're just wanting people to try out some new games if they haven't tried them before.
Or some old games, even better.
Or some old games.
Because I think
new to them.
Yeah, new to you. That's the thing. I do think we live in a time where everything new and shiny, that's what people want.
I mean, and we're part of that. Let's be clear. We're part of that engine.
I don't play new games. Only old games. What's a game I played that's new?
Fate of Fellowship. Hot Streak. Bohemians. I'm just looking off.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of the game. So we have 5 games here.
And we'll explain.
Yeah, we'll explain our reasoning.
Our reasoning. And again, if you don't agree, that's fine.
And some of these, well, I'm not going to lie to you, we're like, that has a similar theme. Let's try that. Yeah. Because the whole thing is it's not that it doesn't happen, but most games aren't made being like, I'm going to copy this game.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
They'll draw inspiration and stuff and mechanism or theme or whatever.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
So let's get started. I want to talk about this one. The old game that we're starting with is actually a very new game to us.
Yeah, very new.
We just played this.
But it's been on our radar for a long time.
For the longest of times. And I think we own it, but to be honest with you, I don't think we do.
We do not own it.
I thought we did. We might. I don't know.
We might have picked it up at the flea market. The BGG flea market.
Who knows these
I know
days?
we own the other tea games.
Tickle.
It's a tea game.
It's a tea game, and that is called Tzolk'in. And you're like, what? Where's the tea? Tzolk'in.
Tzolk'in is how it's known as around here.
Tzolk'in. This game came out in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another thing. You're like, that's not that old. All of these games that we're talking about came out before the current decade. Okay? The 2020s.
Sure. Yeah.
So this came out in 2012.
Yeah, let's not get hung up on the definition of old.
On what is old.
Are
we old? Some people think so. Some people don't.
None of this matters, people.
None of it matters. Anyways, Tzolk'in. This might be one of the most unique games I've ever played.
Yeah, finding something that was somewhat associated with this was very difficult because it is incredibly unique.
Yes. So in this game, there are gears all over the board. And what you are going to do is every round, a gear is going to get turned, and
the big gear
is going to get turned, which will turn all the other gears.
The little gears.
And then you have 3 pawns to start. Can you get more? I don't remember how many pawns you have. It wasn't that long ago. Anyways, what you're going to do is you can either place out your pawn or your worker into the furthest back available space.
On the gear.
On a gear. One of the gears. When you do that, you typically have to pay some kind of a resource. Some of them are going to be free spots, but if you place out another one, you're going to have to pay more resources. Guess what? Main resource? Corn. It's how Jeff got his nickname, Corn Boy.
I don't feel like that was the actual nickname. That's what you turned it into. I believe it started out as Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Because of New Girl.
Yeah.
Anyways, you're going to do that. You could place out as many as you have so long as you can afford to place them out. The other thing that you could do instead is you could pull them back. Mm-hmm. And when you pull them back, you get whatever the resources are, whatever the special ability is of the spot that they get pulled back.
Yep.
The longer you leave them on the gears, the better the benefits are going to be. So you're trying to balance when you're putting people out versus when you're bringing them back based on the resources and stuff that you're getting and the gears movement. Turning the
gears, yep.
It's a huge resource management.
Yeah, it's like
game.
One of those get a resource to, spend to get on the track so that you can get a better resource that might do something better for you. Mm-hmm. There's like skulls, there's stone, there's skulls, there's stone, I'm getting it and Concordia mixed.
There's,
gold.
Skulls.
Corn.
Rocks. Wood.
Traditional.
Gold nuggets.
Yeah, I said gold.
Was the nuggets in this one or was it in Concordia?
Doesn't matter. Ultimately, you're getting better resources in order to effectively buy little
tiles
that are going to allow you to score bonuses and score more victory points at the end of the game.
There's monuments, and then there's another kind of tile that is going to be end game scoring and all of this stuff. And there's also multiple tracks. So there's statue tracks you can go up, and then certain points of the game are going to hit, and you're going to score those, which are going to give you victory points. They're going to give you more stuff. There's a lot going on. I wouldn't call it a complex, a super complex game, but there's just a lot of there's combos, there's things to think of. It's resource management, it's optimization, which we all know I love, and it's gears. And if you haven't played it, you have to.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I actually think it's one of those. It's definitely one of those games that I feel like if you're in the hobby and kind of deeper in the hobby like we are, I feel like it is kind of a must play.
Yeah.
Just to it's one of those older games that I think everyone talks about, and we have wanted to play it for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And then I played, and I was I literally I think the first thing I said to Ronnie after we played was oh yeah, I get it. Yeah. I get why this is so well loved.
Yeah. It's great. Now, for the new game that we are going to recommend, it's a game that I love, and it is a game called Cheese. Fromage. Okay?
Cheese.
Now you're what? So here's our thought process. If you don't know, Fromage is a game where you're making cheese in different regions of Paris, France. Okay? You have a circular board.
Is it in Paris?
Yeah. The next one, Formaggio, is in Italy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So you're moving this board.
Italy and Paris aren't the same thing. Italy's a country, Paris is a city.
France and Italy.
Got it.
So you're moving this circular board, and there's going to be a triangle in front of you. Okay? Whatever the triangle is in front of you is where you are going to be taking actions. Those actions are either going to be make cheese or gather resources, and each quadrant has its own scoring mechanisms. And the reason why we thought this could be a good matchup is because wheels turn just like gears do, but mainly this is a huge resource gathering optimization puzzle.
Yeah, I think the similarities for me come in where there's a timing mechanism to it, where in Tzolk'in, the longer you leave your meeple on one of the cogs, the better your benefit's going to be whenever you return it. Similarly with the fromage, the better benefit or the better actions that you can take for scoring in each region is going to limit when you get your worker back.
Yeah.
So the higher 3-level actions, the gold level cheese, are going to make it because you don't get your workers back until that worker is facing you again. And in the gold section, in the gold free cheeses for the most part, that's 3 turns.
Yeah.
So it's that timing of is this the right time to place out my worker here to make a 3-level cheese? Because I'm not going to get it back for 3 turns.
Yeah.
Similarly, with Tzolk'in, I'm going to keep that worker and not retrieve it to get a benefit. It's kind of doing nothing for me right now until I get to where I want it to then pull it back.
Exactly. Both excellent games. So if you've tried Fromage, and you're looking for something that gives you kind of similar vibes, I would try Tzolk'in, and vice versa. If you're a fan of Tzolk'in, you haven't tried Fromage, try it out. They're both excellent games. But that is our first pairing. Cheese and the Mayan calendar.
Correct, yep.
Which the Mayans predicted.
The cheese?
The cheese.
Got it. Next one up is, we've had a couple of videos talking about HeroQuest.
Yeah.
HeroQuest is a old game.
Yeah.
Old, like 2 years after I was born.
1 year after I was born.
1989. And HeroQuest
That's the year Taylor Swift was born.
Essentially a TTRPG in a box.
Yeah.
You know, with a TTRPG in a board game form. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have a dungeon master. You're going to be playing through all these scenarios, opening doors with traps and bosses and baddies and upgrading your characters and all of these things. So I think that's all I need to say about HeroQuest.
Yeah, there's not much, like, it's been around for such a long time, and there's just, like, a billion scenarios, basically.
And if you want to go, we do have some content, so feel free to go see us play HeroQuest and make lots of errors. So there's many games that are like this, and we were trying to think of, like, what's the best representation.
Yeah.
And, again, there's so many, but we decided on Oathsworn.
Yes.
Because Oathsworn is very similar in the fact that you're kind of walking through, in this instance, an app-based narrative for the most part, but you're walking through town, going through the map, upgrading your characters, finding out information, which ultimately culminates in a big boss fight. Very similar in feels. Oathsworn feels very much like a TTRPG. But again, there's many in this realm that could probably newer games that could suit that HeroQuest example. But I would recommend either of these for your gaming groups that are maybe into TTRPGs, but not board games. And maybe give one of these a try. Now, I will mention they are bigger experiences with more nuance and more rules of overheads and that sort of thing. So keep that in mind. But but yeah, you could kind of like pick and choose any of the bigger box boss battlers that exist to compare to HeroQuest. But I think Oathsworn's one of the best out there.
I agree. And I think like the biggest difference here for me is that in HeroQuest, one person is playing against the group. They're kind of controlling it. They're the bad guy that's like putting out the other bad guys and all that stuff. So you do need one person who can be committed to doing that.
Sure.
Whereas in Oathsworn, you have an app that's running it for you, so it makes it a little bit easier. But if you're kind of like, if you've played Oathsworn, you play things like Gloomhaven, all of that, and you're like, I want to be more involved in this.
Go play some Hero. I almost said HeroScape.
I know you did.
Go play some HeroQuest.
Go play some HeroQuest. It's like pretty much where it started.
You have another good one?
What?
Quests of Yore.
Yeah, we haven't played it
We haven't played it though. Yeah.
But that could be a very good one. Next one. Now, this is a classic that's actually getting a new implementation soon, which, by the way, we were very strong and we did not back. Do we have regrets?
No.
Not really. Maybe a little bit. That is Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation, which we can also, like, compare to Stratego, which is also a very old game.
Yeah.
Right? Confrontation came out in 2002, at least the copy that we have.
Yeah, there was another one that was 2003 or 4, I think.
Right.
But
so the earliest iteration, 2002.
Sure.
We might be wrong. Doesn't matter.
It's somewhere in that area.
So in the Lord of the Rings Confrontation, one person, it's a 2-player only game, one person plays the dark side. Sauron, Master of Disguise, something of none, all of them deceived.
It's like, what are you going with this?
So one side is playing as Sauron and the gang.
I would listen to you narrate your own version of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really funny.
I think I could do that. We should have like a voiceover narration for movies that we just don't know anything about for Movie Club. We'll do the extended versions. Would you guys watch that? Anyways, in Lord of the Rings: The Confrontation, one person is playing as Sauron and the gang. Their goal is to get 3 of their bad guys into the Shire or to kill Frodo.
Maybe 4. I can't remember. 3 or 4.
Definitely 3. I remember it because I have lost so many times.
Fair enough.
Then the other player is playing Frodo and the gang, the light side, and their only goal, is for Frodo to destroy the ring, to get to Mount Doom.
Or remove all of the baddies.
Right.
But
so those are the goals. Now, what makes this game interesting is that the characters that you're playing are hidden to the other side. So you just see the backs, you know where they're moving, but you don't know who it is until you come head to head into a battle, and then everybody is revealed. Then there's going to be some card play, and whoever wins the battle...
Whoever has the most power at the end of that.
Exactly.
phase.
The other one dead gets kicked out, unless there's some sort of a special ability, because some kill other things right away, all that good stuff.
Correct.
That is the game, and you are just going until somebody achieves their goal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the game that we want to recommend that is new, and it's actually brand new, very new, is Toy Battle. Toy Battle, also a 2-player game.
Yes.
And in Toy Battle, everybody has the same characters. You have the same toys, but you're at opposite ends of a map. And there's a ton of different maps that you can play on.
And I will just mention, you have the same toys, but 3 of them are removed.
Yeah, you just get rid of them.
So you might not have quite the same.
Yes. Then what you're going to do is you're placing your toys out on this map. You have to place your toys adjacent to one of your toys that's already been placed.
Or your headquarters.
Or at your headquarters. And you're trying to overcome and take over the other person's headquarters. Or you can get stars.
7 stars.
7 stars, and whoever does that will win. So you are kind of like, it's almost like a Scrabble thing where you've got your toys and then you're going to place them out, and then people can overcome them by placing higher numbers, and then a bunch of the toys have special effects that happen when they're played out. Each map is going to work slightly differently, but that's how the base one works, and it's just like a head-to-head. You're just trying to get to the other side before the other person does.
Yeah, and like James said, each map has variable kind of spaces, so like each map will have special spaces on its map that might change the way the game's played. Like one, for example, is if you place a character in that region, their special effect doesn't trigger. Or if you place a troop on the castle, then you can remove one from somewhere else on the board of your own back to your supply. It's very similar in that whole puzzly, like, I don't know necessarily what you're going to be playing, but we're going to go back and forth and try to get to the other end of the map.
Exactly. Yeah. And so they're very similar in that way. So if you've played Lord of the Rings Confrontation, if you've played something like Stratego, then try Toy Battle. It's new, it's fun, it's very affordable, and it gives you a ton of variety. Or if you've tried Toy Battle, you're loving it, go back to one of those older games. Lord of the Rings Confrontation can be a little bit harder to get your hands on. You can get Stratego, but I don't know how widely available the remake is going to be.
Yeah.
But if you can get a copy or play a copy, I would highly recommend it, especially if you love Lord of the Rings.
Agreed.
And it also does have some variability because you can play with one side of the characters or you could play with a different version.
Yeah, there's a variant.
Exactly.
Yep. All right, next one up is kind of like, I think, board game royalty at this point, and that is Ra. Ra came out in 1999. It recently had a deluxified version, re-implementation produced last year or the year before, I can't remember. But originally it was 1999. Knizia Classic.
Knizia Classic.
Ra is a kind of like drafting, betting, set collection-y type game where ultimately there's going to be these tiles that are going to come out and people are going to get to choose to like bet on them with these betting tokens that they have. And I can't remember what the betting tokens go up to, but ultimately the number 1 token is more powerful than the 2, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you're going to lose those as you use them effectively. And what you're going to be doing is drafting or betting on taking these tiles to add to your tableau. And the tableau has a bunch of different sections on it that are going to allow you to score differently depending on the region. Like one wants you to have the same type of token repeatedly. One wants to have like river tiles multiplied by, I can't remember, maybe like ocean tiles. I don't remember what the actual nomenclature is, but something to that effect. One wants you to have a bunch of different pyramid tile types. That's essentially the game. Each phase of this game is going to score differently, so not all of those tiles that you have on your tableau are going to A, score every round, or B, stay with you.
Right.
You will lose them through round 1 and 2, et cetera, et cetera. So that's effectively what Ra is. I think most people either have played Ra or know what Ra is.
The new updated version, the 25th century one.
Yeah, it's real nice.
It's so nice.
There's a bunch of betting games out there, but a lot of them are older.
Yeah.
We came to the conclusion that a lot of these betting games are older. So we kind of threw one out there that, I don't think...
I guess doesn't get talked about enough.
Doesn't get talked about enough that we very much enjoyed, and we do have some content on the channel that you can go check out. Mm-hmm. And that is Emerald Skulls from Thunderworks Games.
Yep.
Which is primarily a dice rolling betting game.
Yeah.
Like push your luck.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what you're doing is rolling dice that represent different sections of this skull map. Yeah. So it's like teeth, nose, eyes, gem on your crown. And you're bidding on how you think your result is going to come out based on how many dice you can roll and what sections of the skull you're trying to complete. Mm-hmm. So maybe you roll, and ultimately it's a push your luck wherein you can only fill out each region once. You can only do the mouth once, and you can't go back. You can't be like, I'm going to fill the nose and then kind of... Anyway, there's a push your luck kind of element to this where you're bidding ahead of time where you think your result's going to be, mm-hmm. and other people are bidding at the same time to figure out what they think your end result is going to be, mm-hmm. based off of a bunch of different criteria. So we wanted to, again, this was more so just like, what's another bidding-esque type game that's newer?
Kind of like fun vibes.
That has similar vibes and maybe not a ton of people talk about, and we wanted to throw out Emerald Skulls because it's very good, and I just don't think it's enough love. Yeah. But again, I believe, have a playthrough of the game.
We have a live stream with Zach and Matt.
Yeah, so there's a live stream. We've talked about it on the channel before. Feel free to go check that stuff out. But Emerald Skulls, if you like Ra, vice versa. If you haven't played Ra, I recommend it anyway, regardless of whether or not you like that type of game. I think Ra does it really, really, really well without feeling like
because we typically don't like auction style whatever mm-hmm. games. Like the first time we played Modern Art, we bounced off of it pretty hard.
Yeah, but I do like Modern Art.
We do like Modern Art the card.
But anyway, Ra or Emerald Skulls, we think is a great fit.
And Emerald Skulls has booger cubes.
Next one up is Quantum from 2013, which I will quickly mention, admittedly, is out of print.
But it's on Board Game Arena.
But it is on Board Game Arena, so you can play it on there. I wish it wasn't out of print. I wish someone would pick it up and bring it back. It's incredible.
Someone bring it back.
Quantum is a space-themed dice manipulation area control game. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, all of your dice represent different ships. So your one value on your dice is your mothership. It moves really slowly, but does a ton of attack. All the way up to 6, which is like a fast scout, but has limited power. Mm-hmm. What you're trying to do is manipulate your ships around this grid board with a bunch of different planets on it in order to place your quantum cubes on planets. Mm-hmm. How do you put out a quantum cube, you ask? Great question. Each planet is going to have a number specified on it. The ships around that planet need to match that number in order to place a cube on it. Mm-hmm. And you might be like, well, that sounds really easy. Well, guess what? Everyone else is trying to do that too. So their ships are moving around, interacting with you, fighting you, blowing you up, putting your ships back into the scrapyard, and then you have to draft them back out on the board, mm-hmm. et cetera, et cetera. There are upgrade cards you can get based off of certain criteria of...
Slightly asymmetrical captains?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh, I thought they were.
There was a planned expansion that never got released to add asymmetry, but they never ended up doing it. But those cards will give you certain things. It might allow you to add a new ship to your fleet, so then you have just more ships than someone else. It allows you to maybe upgrade your movement potential, or give you more quantum cubes, or make it easier to put quantum cubes out, mm-hmm. et cetera, et cetera. You're going to be playing this game, getting credits or money in order to purchase those cards, and there's white upgrades and black upgrades, and they do slightly different things. And you also have kind of like this renown track. It's not called renown, but basically every time you defeat someone, you're going to boost up on this track, and the more powerful you become in battle, the better it is for you, etc., etc. I keep saying etc., etc. Quantum is one of my favorite games ever. It's It's so good.
We played it a lot when we first got into the hobby.
I absolutely love it. Jamie's not a huge fan of it, so I don't get to play it a ton. And I would
like it more now.
I just would quickly mention it doesn't play great at 2. It's definitely a game you want to play at full player count. 3 or 4, I think, is probably the best. But anyway, Quantum, great game. I was trying to think. This game is also somewhat unique.
Yeah.
And we were trying to think of a game that plays similarly, with a ton of battling. With a ton of battling and kind of like area control, but also somewhat unique in its theme, and not that Quantum's unique, but the way it's presented and everything that's brought together, I think, is unique.
Yeah.
We chose Cosmic Frog, which is one of the weirdest games on the planet. But you're basically going around trying to devour the planet. So you're going to be playing as a bunch of frogs. And these frogs are going to be going around beating each other up, pushing each other out into the void with all of these like asymmetrical abilities and unique powers and all of this stuff in order to consume landscapes down their gullet. And then you have a little player board in front of you that represents like your gullet, and then your vault is like your belly. So once things get to the vault, they can't come back up. But if they're in your gullet, other frogs can reach in down your throat and pull that landscape out and put in their own vault. Cosmic Frog is just a big beat 'em up. And Quantum can play similarly to that, depending on who you have around the table.
Cosmic Frog is a real trip.
It's just a bunch of battling and fighting and chaos and craziness, and it's so fun with the right group of people that are very aggressive and like fighting, and Quantum can be that as well.
But you don't have to play Cosmic Frog that way. You could like avoid each other.
Yes, you can, and same in Quantum. I've played games of Quantum where there was little to no interaction. People were just like super focused on getting to their own little corners to put their Quantum cubes out. So again, it's they both kind of can play depending on the group, but they also play exactly the same depending on which group you play with.
Yeah.
You know, you can either get super fighty or passive or whatever, and both are appropriate ways to play this game.
It's more fun if you fight.
Yeah.
And be chaos. The only thing that I'll say about Cosmic Frog, fair warning, the rule book, like I said, the game is a trip, the rule book's a trip, because it's just very thematic. The rule book uses very thematic terminology.
It's also chaotic. One key thing with Cosmic Frog is it's not normal turn order. So you're going to actually each player has their own player color with cards. And those cards are going to get shuffled together each round and then drawn. And so you could have 5 turns in a row.
And then nothing.
And then nothing for the rest of the round.
Yeah.
And it's nonsense.
It's very unique. It's a very, very unique game. That I was playing it and I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I am a frog and I am in space. And that's kind of cool.
In the cosmic void.
The cosmic void.
Eating up the earth.
Exactly. So, those are 5 older games that we love and 5 newer games that we love and all that crossover.
Yeah.
We'd love to know what's an old game that you love. Actually, specifically, I want to know what are some older games that you love, because I just want to play more old games.
Same.
That's just what I want to do. But that's everything that we have for you today. Now, if you are interested in buying board games like any of the many we mentioned today, excluding some that are harder to find, you should first start by checking out your friendly local gaming store, and for us, that is
the Boardroom Game Cafe.
And if you like what you see,
please subscribe. We
hope to see you again soon, and now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to what?
I don't know.
Is it because I swallowed and went?
I don't know. Yeah, it was weird. Okay, go ahead.
The old game is a very new. Ew. I have Coca-Cola flavoring to make cookies with.
Meh. I don't know if that'd be good.
And then maybe like with a vanilla frosting.
I mean, I'm willing to try it.
Like a Coke float?
Just do one, though.
I'd have to make a whole batch.
Well, give it a go. Dad will eat them. We're going to stick with 5. And I'm going to handle this one, too, because I think I've played... Jamie hasn't played one of these games.
Yes, I have. When Max came to visit.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay.